Easily the biggest game of the season for our Toronto Raptors, and oh boy, at home at Scotiabank Arena, they beat down on the Cleveland Cavaliers 117-104 and improved to 41-32 on the season. And with the victory, the Raptors draw even with the Cavs for the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. And with the Bulls, as of right now in the fourth quarter, down 10 to the Pelicans. If they lose that game, the Raptors are just a game back of Chicago. This is going to be a wild finish to the end of the season. But the Raptors, in the biggest game of the season, came to play tonight. Everybody, your best players were your best players. Pascal, remarkable. So beautiful to see OG Anunoby back in action tonight, draining 4 threes. It was so nice to watch him play. Your bench gave you so much work. We'll talk about all those guys in a bit, but let's get to this game. First quarter, it doesn't start well. The offense starts sluggish. You're down by, 10-5, then 15-10, right? You're down 5 consistently. Then, the Raptors go on a 15-2 run to end that quarter. At one point, it was a 15-0 run. And the Raptors lead by 25-17 after one quarter of play. Pascal making some threes to keep them going early. Big time buckets. OG drained in a couple shots. It was just a beautiful game overall. Now let's get to the second quarter where, hey, you know you're going to get a good punch from them. You did, but the offense starts really flowing. You drop 33, you allow 31, but you're +2 in the quarter. You're up by 10 at the break. At one point, they were up, I believe, 14 in that third quarter, or in that second quarter, but you're up by 10 at the break. Pascal's buzzing. OG's made some shots. Freddie hasn't quite got into the groove yet. I believe he had like 3 points at the break, or at least he had 3 points going into the fourth. I know that for sure. Scotty Barnes offensively wasn't really into it in this game, but the boys just got it done on the defensive end, only allowing 48 in that first half. We go into the third quarter, and you know you're going to get a punch from them, but the Raptors, every time they made a little run, they drilled a 3. We came back, got a shot of our own, then got a stop, then got another bucket to build the lead up again. Every time they had an answer, the Raptors had an answer in that third quarter, and Thaddeus Young was huge in the early goings, more or less in that second quarter, did most of his offensive damage in that second quarter. And in the third, you're going to get a punch, you weather the punch, and you lose the quarter by 2, 27-25, and you were up by 8 going into the fourth quarter. And I'm sitting here watching the game, I'm like, all right, it's closing time. What effort are you going to get from these guys? Well, I don't know if it was all of this was in the fourth quarter, but the Armoni Brooks stuff was phenomenal. We'll get to his specifics in a bit, because I have so many things I want to get to. The lockdown defense from the Toronto Raptors in that fourth quarter, remarkable. And their shots, more or less, Pascal, because he was hot. Pascal's red hot when he's trying to dagger a game, and he comes around the screen and just takes a 3. He looks like Fred. Gets around the screen, gets behind the three-point line, and takes a shot. He was buzzing from the three-point line, drills the dagger. There's so many good things. Boucher was incredible tonight. Everybody contributed to this big-time victory for the Raptors. And in the biggest quarter, you win by 4. You win by 5, 34-29. Now let's get to the specific players, because there are lots of things I want to touch on. Fred VanVleet, as I mentioned, only, I believe, had 3 points in that first half. Even in the first 3 quarters, ended with 10, though. In the early goings of that fourth, he had a couple mid-range shots that he got to fall, and those are big. His shot wasn't falling early, but he found a way to make it happen. 10 points, 5 boards, 8 dimes in the game for Fred. He's not feeling right. 4 of 9 from the field. That's not Freddie V. But 2 of 5 from distance, he was pretty efficient with it, so that's fine. If you're going to give me 10, 5, and 8 on efficient shooting, a steal and 2 blocks and a +15 on the floor, I will never complain. So great job for Fred VanVleet, especially on the defensive end as well. Pascal Siakam. All-NBA Siakam. There shouldn't be a debate at this point. 35 points, 5 boards, 6 dimes on 12 of 20 shooting. 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 of 7 from distance. I believe he tied his career high with 3-point field goals made. He was insane tonight. Yeah, there were parts in the third quarter we missed a couple easy floaters. But man, oh man, that did not waver his confidence one bit. In fact, it got even bigger. The confidence got even greater as the game went along. Even when he missed a couple shots, he comes back, drills one, confidence is back. It was incredible to watch Pascal tonight. He was just brilliant all around. And you know what's crazy about Pascal? When you drop 35 on really good shooting, sometimes people get, shot happy. Can we talk about that one play in the third quarter where he gets past Markkanen, drives down, gets the help, drops off for Boucher, the little pocket pass to Boucher as he's cutting from the baseline to the bucket. The little dish, throws it down, beautiful dive from Pascal. Pascal a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever, obviously post-COVID, post-bubble, pre-bubble, whatever, the bubble and onwards, he would have just gone off for that shot with 2 or 3 guys on him and it would have been ugly. But he looks for the pass if he's doubled. And he did a fantastic job in this game just reading the defense and picking them apart, getting those switches onto Lauri Markkanen. He's like, okay, I'm going to take you to school, big fella. And he did quite often, especially in that fourth quarter. He was incredible. OG Anunoby, so nice to see him back. You see the defense. It's just everything about OG is so nice to see him back, right? You know the on-ball defense is going to be there from OG. He's going to guard the best player every night. For the most part, he's going to be on that guy. He's going to be on your Darius Garland. He's going to be on your Jason Tatum. Every night, he's going to get the big defensive assignment. Now, obviously, tonight's his first game back. Only played like 26 minutes of work. So he just kind of ease him back in as we get closer to the playoffs. And obviously, I don't think there's many back-to-backs left, but don't expect OG to play every time. I think Nick Nurse said he wanted him to play about 5 out of the final 10 or whatnot. So I don't know if that means, he came back early so he can play all 10, or if they're still going to, give him a day to rest, get him a day here and there. Obviously, on back-to-backs, he probably won't play. So, but no matter what, 14 points, 2 boards, 3 dimes, shot 4 of 11 from the field, was 2 of 2 from the line, 4 of 8 from distance. OG drilling 4 threes. You love to see it. So good to see OG back. And this team is so used to just making 6 threes in a game. Let alone OG making 4 himself. I know Pascal making 6 himself. Let's be real. But he was incredible. Scotty Barnes offensively couldn't really get into the groove. Same with Evan Mobley. Neither guy had a great night offensively. But Scotty Barnes just doing, as we all know, guys, doing so many other things to help this team win. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 dimes. My God, how many no-look passes? I don't even know. He shot 4 of 9 from the field, was 3 of 4 from the free throw line, missed both threes. He gave 2 steals and a block. We talk about on-ball D with Darius Garland, mano a mano. That ISO ball that he had with Garland, he just strips him of the ball, runs the floor, nice pass to Precious, and he lays it up and through. Just Scotty Barnes just doing so many great things out there for the Raps, and he's just growing before our very eyes. Chris Boucher, phenomenal. The last 3 games for Boucher, he has been remarkable for the Toronto Raptors. 17 points in the game, 8 rebounds. The activity. I remember 1 rebound. I can't remember what, third quarter maybe, where he goes up with it and grabs it with his arm out like this and just grabs it and brings it down. This is mine. And I'm like, damn, he wanted that. And that's the type of Boucher that we know and love. Look, he took some threes today. What was he? 2 of 4 from distance. That's fine by me. I think he might have been 2 of 5. But either way, you're drilling some shots. That's fine. But the activity on the defensive end is what we love from Chris Boucher. 17 and 8 shots, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line, 2 of 4 from distance. Had 3 steals, no blocks, 3 steals in the game for Chris Boucher. He was remarkable yet again. Precious Achiuwa, the offense struggled tonight, definitely. He looked a little out of sorts in this one. 10 points, 4 boards, 1 dime, 3 of 10 from the field. 4 of 4 from the line, though, and that's what you like to see from the young fella. Make your freebies. He was 0 of 3 from distance, so he's been struggling from three-point range in the last few games. But again, Precious, he's a young player. He's going to go through these peaks and valleys. But with him having the off night, Thaddeus Young gives you an 8 points, 4 boards, couple dimes on 4 of 6 shooting, albeit all 8 might have been in that second quarter. Was it the second quarter or the third? I don't know, but he was money in one of those quarters, and he was just really, really good. Now let's get to Armoni Brooks. And I tweeted this out on the TO Sports Stock Twitter. If you haven't followed up, the link's down in the description. This guy, he better get signed for the rest of the season. Look, he'll take shots, he'll miss shots. He was 2 of 6 from 3, 2 of 6 from the field. He's there to chuck up threes. And can we talk about how that denial that he had on Lamar Stevens? Woo-hoo-hoo! The chase down denial. I think he might have turned the ball over at one end. and he chases down the ball. Lamar goes up. This guy, the hops on Armoni Brooks, he jumps way up there and swats it right back in his face, comes down the floor. I might have been on the same possession. He gets a three-point shot, and he drills it. And I'm like, damn, young fella. And then another play. I can't remember when Fred had a three, missed it, got batted out by Precious to Armoni Brooks. He's like, I'm going to step back behind the three-point line and drill another one, and he does. That one was in the fourth quarter, I believe, to bring it to a 13-point game, right? Just a huge, huge time for Armoni Brooks in the second half. 6 points in the game, 2 steals, and a block for Armoni Brooks. I loved what we saw from him, and a really, like, with having Fred, not saying the liability to shoot, because he's definitely not feeling great. With no Malachi Flynn and Fred not being 100%, you need that extra guard play off the bench. And with Armoni Brooks making a couple threes tonight, making a couple hustle plays, you just love to see it. So a great game from Armoni Brooks. And look, with Precious having an off night, you had those two guys step up. Big night for the Raptors. They had 17 off the bench from Boucher, 10 off the bench from Precious, 8 from Thad, 6 for Armoni Brooks. Great job from the bench. And the starters, they did their thing. They did their thing. Great job all around. Team stats. Cleveland shot 47% from the field and 40% from 3 and 82% from the line. So they shot the ball really well. They only scored 104. The Raptors shot 47% from the field as well, but 43% from three-point range and 90% from the free throw line. Make your freebies. Goes a long way. And the boys did it tonight. 90% from the line, and bringing OG back just spaces the floor for everybody, gives everyone a lot better look from distance, and 43% from 3 with no Gary Trent Jr. Remarkable. Great job for the Toronto Raptors. +4 on the rebounds, +4 on the offensive glass. And with those +4 offensive boards, they were +7 in the second chance points. So a great job for the Raptors. And 13-8. In turnovers. Raptors only had the 8 turnovers. They had 13 in the game. They started with like 1 in the first 8 minutes. Tells you the rest of the game, the Raptors found a way to turn them over. And especially in that 15-2 run they had, there was quite a few turnovers in that sequence. Where else are we here? +14 in the fast break, +7 in the points off of turnovers. So there you go, +5 in the turnovers category, +7 in the points off of those turnovers. So great job there, guys. And look, these guys fight. They're 9 games over 500. They're now tied with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, they have a schedule coming up that's quite tough. The next game, though, is the game you need to win. We all know the numbers about, hey, the Raptors against teams over 500 versus the teams against under 500, and it's quite skewed. But the Raptors take on a rebuilding Indiana Pacers ball team on Saturday at home at 7:30. Then you have Boston and Minnesota after that. That game against Indy, you gotta have. You are tied with with Cleveland right now. I'm hoping and assuming that Chicago loses tonight. You're 1 game back there, and both of those teams, Chicago and Cleveland, they're spiraling. You win 3 straight, right? Let's say it's going to be tough to beat Boston and Minnesota, but this Raptor team can do it. They've done a great job against great teams. They go in there, they beat Indiana, they beat Boston, they beat Minnesota. If they find a way to do all that, we'll all be going bonkers. But who says that the other teams, Cleveland and Chicago, are going to win their next 3 games? The way that they're playing, I don't know. The Raptors got to take care of their own business. And Saturday, that's where it begins. You did your job tonight. You did exactly what you needed to do. You might have got some help from the scoreboard. You guys don't know when this is uploaded already, and I don't know when it's uploaded already what the final score was, but I saw a 10-point game in the fourth quarter when I came on here, so I don't know. You're right there. Put the pedal to the metal. The final few games of the season, I think it was like 9 left. Might be wrong. But either way, there's like 10 games left, 9 games left in the regular season for the Toronto Raptors. You are tied with Cleveland. You're 1 back, tentatively, 1 back of the Chicago Bulls. You're right there. Put the foot on the gas pedal and let's get going. Saturday against Indy. Hopefully Gary Trent Jr. is back so that we have a full healthy roster ready to go, ready to face off in Indy and beat them down and get another victory. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, because it was a fun one to watch. Smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game tip for the Toronto Raptors? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there as well. And I will talk to you guys, Jay's edition. Heck, if they make any more trades, I'll talk to you. But either way, I will talk to you on Wednesday, kind of breaking down the spring training games this past week. Obviously, canceled today, so the next 6 games or 5 games, I don't know if they play on a Monday or not. But either way, I'll talk to you guys on the Wednesday. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're back in action on Saturday against the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal, looking to build off of yesterday's win against the New Jersey Devils. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they look to continue their winning ways, to build on this big win and ride this momentum against the Indiana Pacers at Scotiabank Arena. I think they're like 27-45 are the Pacers. Like, they're a team you have to beat down at Scotiabank Arena. 7:30 tip-off there on Saturday night. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.